sign, Maverick.
People have been asking Tom about making a sequel to Top Gun since the original film came out. And in all those years, his answer was always the same. He would do it only if the story was right.
Once I was satisfied with what the story was, I said, okay, how do we now take it to the next level?
How can we use the highest level of our skills to capture an audience's attention? I had spent decades studying aerial photography.
I'd study camera mounts and camera angles.
Just a little higher, because I have a great camera position.
Because it all comes back to how do we push technology to a point where we can
Show what it's like for these fighter pilots
and get the audience immersed in the environment in a very cinematic way.
All right, let's go.
Aviation film like this has never been done, and chances are will never be done again.
It's very important to me that it be practical, that we actually put the camera right in there and shoot the sequences for real. That was the aim. That was always the goal. And I said, I'm not going to make this film unless we can accomplish that.
Tom told me from the very start, this is going to be harder than you even think. And he was right. Getting a camera into a Navy F-18 is a lot harder than it sounds. Getting 6 cameras in there is almost impossible. We worked with the Navy for over a year to design a system that would get the angles we wanted to get, but also did it in a way that didn't interfere with any of the functions of the airplane.
We had to go through all kinds of engineering, and it had to be built to specifications.
Anytime we put anything in the cockpit of an F-18, we have to be very clear what impact that's going to have. If those cameras come off under G, now you have something coming back and hitting an actor or going forward and hitting the pilot, and that could be bad. So we had to make sure everything was going to stay on the airplane throughout the entire flight.
The Navy basically told us what we had to do in order for it to stand up to 7.5 Gs and 550 knots.
These cameras are
Unbelievable, groundbreaking.
they're specifically built for Top Gun.
The camera actually splits into 2 pieces.
You can put your lens anywhere you want and have the recording far away.
That allows us to put them in places that normally would never be able to fit a motion picture camera. These aren't GoPros, you know, these are 6K IMAX quality cameras.
Check this out.
So the image we're getting is something that's just never been captured before.
That's what I'm talking about.
Besides the 6 cameras in the cockpit, we're doing air-to-air, so where you have one jet filming the other jet.
The helicopter with a camera mounted on it was a very typical way to shoot air-to-air scenes. But if you're trying to keep up with a speeding fighter jet, a helicopter just isn't fast enough. We worked with the Cinejet that has a camera mounted on the nose. Without it, we could have never made this the way we did.
He's got to stay close. This distance is sensational.
Now we can get a shot looking right into the canopy, which has been tough to get in the past. Never before have we ever filmed an F-18 going that fast, that low.
Increase speed.
We got you, Mav. Don't wait for me.
Also, we have ground-to-air cameras on the ground filming these jets that are coming terribly close to them.
It's pretty astonishing what we were able to capture and what Tom was able to do for real.
One of the things I didn't get filmed during the Top Gun, the first one, was getting catapulted off of the aircraft carrier. So I did on this. And I got to do that 6 times. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Assume attack formation. Proceeding to target. Going in.
We didn't have access to these aircraft forever. So every time an actor went up, we had to get the footage. We had to get the footage.
Game time, baby! It's game time!
When they're up in the jet, we were asking a lot of these actors. They had quite a long checklist of things.
Verify cameras are on. Check cameras on.
get up there and you have to roll the cameras. You have to slate what the scene is.
We kind of become our own director in a way.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Because we don't have any communications with anybody on the ground.
They're actually pulling these G's and actually delivering their lines and delivering their scene partners' lines in their heads and reacting to those lines.
We're on fire! We're on fire!
Extinguishing right engine.
Phoenix, Bob, punch out! Punch out!
I had to really teach the actors cinematography, editing, lighting, so that they understood what's gonna look good on camera.
What's the sun angle? Sun angle's great.
Oh my God, he's in G-Lock. I'm going after him.
When you're making a movie like this, where you're actually putting actors in real fighter jets, accidents can happen.
Oh, jeez!
So always we made sure that everyone operated in the safest way possible.
Every day, they have 3-hour briefings before a flight where Tom actually is coordinating and choreographing all the flights.
You're going through weather, temperature, angles, airplanes, knowing what position, what we needed.
I don't know if there's another movie star on the planet that could actually make these aerial sequences happen. He is able to figure out these sequences like he's actually staging a battle. Like, he knows the physics, he knows how he wants to shoot it.
Okay, guys, let's get to work.
We're able to get the best fighter pilots in the world to come in and do some very special sequences for us.
It's so exciting to watch this, and you see this aerial footage, which is spectacular looking, and at such speed, it looks almost unreal, and it's real.
We did this one canyon run, and trees were higher than we were.
Your canopy is scraping mountains. You are 15 feet off the ground, going the speed of sound. And you're like, how the hell did Tom Cruise convince the studio to make this movie? It's crazy.
The sophistication of these aerial sequences, no one's ever done it before, ever. It's never been shot this way, period. It all comes back to the audience. How do we push technology to a point where we can deliver something exhilarating?
CGI just doesn't cut it. There's nothing like the real thing.
People just don't make movies like this anymore.
I'm very grateful to everyone involved who has really pushed to the limit to bring this kind of emotional and visual experience to an audience.
Having any fun yet?